My name is Candace Seaton. I have been with Parisi for what feels like a million years, actually only probably like four or so years. I started from the bottom and made my way, I guess you would call this the top. I started as an intern. I was going through the ISSA certification, and it was kind of like foreign to me since I was a business major in college. And I needed some hands-on learning. So I came in because I knew Darius, and he kind of showed me the ropes of Parisi. We thought I was going to be a Gold's Gym trainer, which we are attached to. And turns out I love kids, and it was like a perfect fit for me. So then I became a coach. Then I moved up to like assisting the director at the time with all office work because that's one of my strong points. And then I got the opportunity to become the director, and I have been director for probably 2 years, what feels like 2 years, I think. And so now I'm co-directing with Darius. So I have been an athlete all my life. I've played soccer since I could remember. I think I was playing soccer before I was reading. So soccer has been my only sport ever. Back in the day when they didn't have lacrosse, or else I would have been playing that too. So then I went to school for business management because I always knew I wanted to own my own business. I never knew what. So I just took that route because I got a scholarship to play D2 soccer in Jersey. So that kind of transitioned to me into getting into college. Fun fact is that I played overseas for the Trinidad and Tobago U.S. National team. They were U20 at the time. That was an amazing experience, unforgettable, walking down the tunnel, playing against the United States. Like, for me, that was surreal, and I wanted to keep that experience as far as playing in college and that high-level playing. I graduated and went into banking, and that was the most awful thing I could have ever done to myself. I was sitting behind a desk selling people credit cards that I didn't believe in, and hated it. So I was like, I need to figure out where I'm going to fit and what I love. And so I stopped working for a couple months and taught myself how to work out. So I was in a gym doing your standard bodybuilder type of lifting. So it was like 5 days a week. I would be doing bis and tris and shoulders and back and legs. It was an interesting start to my life. And then I realized the changes in my body and how I felt. I felt more healthy. I felt more fit because I had always been underweight. And so when I started to see myself being able to move and do things I couldn't, it was like a confidence booster. And I was like, why not get into it? So then I started, long story short, I started in a business called Jump Bunch. And I was teaching like really young kids. So like 18 months to like preschool. And I was teaching them the basics of sports and realized like, I get paid for this. This is unreal. And that's when I found Parisi in my whole transitioning to college coaching and young kid coaching. I feel like Parisi was the perfect fit because it was the right age group and a varying age group. And I was like, this is kind of where my passion is. And then hearing Bill speak and seeing his vision aligned with my vision, it was kind of like a shoo-in. Hearing my athletes tell me that I've made an impact in their life. There's one of my athletes now. She was actually a senior in high school, and she had been training with me and really loving. She hit her PR in her deadlift, and it was amazing. One mishap in a run that she was a track runner, and a run she wasn't supposed to be running, wasn't part of her event. She was exhausted and ended up being bumped off the track and tore her ACL and got surgery recently. So for her, she just recently started coming back and training with me. And I think the impact I've seen that it made in her life, I think that's a big moment for me. But then there's so many other moments. Like I think some of the big ones have been our summits that I've gotten the chance to go to, I feel like it refreshes me. It gives me a reason. It reminds me of my reason why I do what I do for my own life. So I think that would be the biggest two things, is the impact on my athletes, them telling me, hey, you've changed my life, and then the impact of the entire Parisi network. Ooh, this is my favorite question. I think it's my favorite question because that's my niche, is female athletes. Obviously, because I come from that. The biggest piece of advice I would say is, there's so many things I could say, but the biggest one is don't limit yourself or compare yourself. What I have done is that, especially because I work hand in hand with Darius, he's a big guy. He's a football player. If anyone has seen him in the network, you will know. He's a lot different. We're like complete polar opposites. He's like this big, buff, athletic. His 40 times like 4 something crazy, and I'm over here like, how am I ever gonna live up to that? He's been training since he was like training other people in this field for over 10 plus years. He knows his stuff, and what I did a lot was, as a female, I would compare myself to somebody who I could never be or live up to because his spectrum is so different than mine. I am not a 5'8" football player running back. It won't ever be who I am. I am a soccer player, and I have my own strengths. And I think that in my journey as a female coach is to live who I am and coach that way and be open to learning, because I've learned a lot from Coach Darius and Coach Mario and Coach Blake. Those are all my coaches here. I kind of like pull from everyone the good that I see. It's like truth. I'm going to listen to the truth, and I'm going to make that truth. I'm going to live by that truth. It doesn't matter if a man said it or a woman said it. I feel like truth is truth. And so that's how I live my life when it comes to training. So if I know that your bicep bends your arm, that is something I'm going to take into my personal training, and I'm going to make sure that, hey, you're having an issue with bending your arm. Let's strengthen your bicep. Simple things like that. So I would say be who you are and figure out your love for the industry, and then don't compare yourself, and then go full steam ahead when it comes to what you are allowing yourself to do. This would never be something in my head that I would think I would do, as far as getting on the Parisi headquarters Instagram or just interacting with anybody in the headquarters team. I just feel like at a point in time in my past, I was like, there's no way I would ever be able to converse with them. Meanwhile, everyone's just people being themselves. And I think that that's the biggest piece of advice I would give a female coach, because we compare a lot and we underestimate ourselves. I don't know, but I would have to say flying, because I just recently went skydiving, and the free fall was amazing. It was amazing. So if I could fly, it sounds like such a simple cliche thing, but I think if I could fly, like, I wouldn't need a plane. I would visit all the countries in the world. Like, flying would be amazing. Like, I could easily like transport things and like feed the hungry in like Africa if I could fly, not have to pay for a flight, you know?